The toll from COVID-19 reaches a crisis level in parts of Texas. Refrigerated trucks handle overflow from maxed out morgues, and patients wait hours to get into a hospital.
I need everybody to help us and do their part because people's lives are at stake.
Amid the surge in cases, schools work on plans to bring students back to campus. How the state is making adjustments to let some of them stay home a little longer. Texas voters set the stage for big decisions in November. We look closer at how the virus affected the vote and could change policy moving forward. Hello, thank you for joining us for State of Texas. I'm Josh Hinkle. Joining you from home this week as our team continues to social distance as the coronavirus surges in Texas. And this week, the death toll, cases, and hospitals all hit new highs. In the coming days, the Austin Convention Center will be converted into a field hospital to care for up to 1,500 low-risk patients if needed to reduce pressure on hospitals. In San Antonio, refrigerated trucks are on standby to hold bodies. Health leaders in the city say they are running out of morgue space. Many morgues are full in the Rio Grande Valley. Hidalgo County brought in 4 refrigerated trailers that can fit 50 bodies each. Hospitals are also maxed out. Patients and ambulances are having to wait outside for hours until space opens up.
The numbers are off the charts, literally, and what I mean by that is all of the hospitals are beyond capacity.
The U.S. Army is sending medical teams to help support hospitals in Hidalgo and neighboring Cameron County facing the surge of COVID-19 patients. But some Texans still resist efforts to slow the spread of the virus, like wearing masks. Governor Greg Abbott sent this message Thursday to people at the Republican Party of Texas convention.
I know that many of you do not like the mask requirement. I don't either. It is the last thing that I wanted to do. Actually, the next to last. The last thing that any of us want is to lock Texas back down again. We must do all that we can to prevent that.
Texas schools are making plans to reopen in the coming weeks, and the Texas Education Agency is making changes to its guidelines. Maggie Glenn has an update on this plan.
Teachers across the state have been calling for updated guidelines for returning to school safely this fall.
Until we can do that safely, I'd rather teach them virtually and do the best I can with that.
Friday, the Texas Education Agency granted teachers' requests. School districts now have a 4-week transition period of remote learning at the beginning of the year, and school boards have the option to vote to extend that by another 4 weeks.
You know, our school systems, I think, are doing a phenomenal job responding in real time to a rapidly evolving situation. We do know that they need flexibility to make sure that they can get all their procedures well executed.
TEA also recommends allowing teachers to work remotely when possible and outlines how schools should handle students or staff who test positive once classes resume in person. Some parents, like single mom Nicole McNeely, say a return to the classroom is what they need.
So I eventually had to fess up to their teachers. I'm like, look, I don't even have internet.
The state is dedicating $200 million worth of federal funding to provide internet and e-learning devices to families without them. But McNeely still has to balance work and her children's education.
Okay, well, let me quit my job. Boom, here I go back on full state, benefits, and that's not how I should be living. That's money out of other people's pockets.
TEA says parents should communicate with their districts.
I would encourage parents to talk to their local school system, tell them what their needs are.
Private schools in Texas may not have to push back their opening dates despite local health orders. Attorney General Ken Paxton says local orders that restrict school openings do not apply to religious private schools. Paxton said both the U.S. Constitution and the Texas Constitution give religious schools freedom to determine when to reopen. Maggie Glenn for State of Texas.
The Austin School District announced plans to start the school year with 3 weeks of virtual classes only. Houston ISD plans for 6 weeks of virtual learning. After that, the district plans to phase students back into the classroom for in-person classes. But parents can choose to opt out of in-person instruction for the entire school year. When it comes to higher education, the decisions on how to reopen are up to universities. We checked to see if institutions in the Austin area were making any changes to their plans. Investigator Aaron Cargile found in some cases the answer is yes.
The University of Texas at Austin and Texas State University both tell us they're sticking to a hybrid plan, which means students can choose in-person courses or online. Houston Tolleson University has made the decision to go fully online for the entire fall semester. And St. Edward's University, which had been preparing for face-to-face instruction, is changing course.
There have been an increasing number of students who have been asking for additional flexibility to be able to accommodate and adjust to a variety of different circumstances.
During a live webinar Wednesday, university leaders told students the majority of fall classes will now be online.
We also wanted to make sure that you were able to make your choice, that you were able to choose the way to continue your education that was most satisfactory to you.
Incoming sophomore Nolan Screen was one of 900 people watching at noon.
Given the recent spikes in the Austin area, I thought that was a good idea because, I don't see it going down anytime soon.
Students still have the option to live on campus, which Screen did last year until COVID-19 hit. He's still talking with his family about what to do this year.
Thinking, okay, what's going to be the safest option for me as a student?
It will be a tough call for him and many others who still want that true college experience. Aaron Cargile for State of Texas.
The Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, along with 2 foundations, have been awarding relief grants to public and private schools during the crisis. So far, they've given grants to 57 schools across the state. A lot of Texans are angry over the government's response to the virus. A good number of them took that anger to the polls.
What you have right now is a frustration over the incumbents and a belief that they are not doing what they're supposed to do.
We'll look closer at the impact of the virus on policy and the election. Plus, it's game on in the race for U.S. Senate in Texas. We'll hear from MJ Hager and John Cornyn about the campaign to come and how they would handle the question of how to send kids back to school safely.